but he can still play pinochle. And as long as he can play pinochle, you know, I told him when he could beat me at pinochle, he was going in the nursing home. So when I could beat him at pinochle, he was going in the nursing home.
They don't know what pinochle is.
Oh, pinochle is a card game.
Oh, okay.
My daddy likes jazz. He's always liked jazz. We used to listen to this one, Jelly Roll Morton playing it. This one's for my dad. Grandpa's Spell. I'm trying to remember what I did last night. Did I do If I Had My Way or
No.
Okay. I lived in Asheville for a time, Asheville, North Carolina, and when I lived in Asheville, I knew there had to be blues in Asheville, but there was nothing. Asheville is so dominated by fiddle music that any mention of blues would just go by the boards. For one thing, you know, black players and singers really couldn't play the Asheville Festival. It was just too segregated. And Baskin Lamar Lunsford, who ran the thing, he really ran it, and he very rarely had, you know, African American people on stage. But when I moved there in 1970, about 3, I knew that there had to be blues in Asheville because Leslie Riddle was in Kingston, and Etta Baker was in Morganton, which is just to the east, Kingston to the north. Simmy Dooley and Pink Anderson and Baby Tate and Hootie Stark and a whole bunch of other old guys were in Spartanburg and Greenville. Reverend Davis came from Lawrence. Barney McGee came from Marysville, Tennessee. So Asheville was ringed around with blues players. So I went down to the bottom. I just went down to the corner of Eagle and Valley, where, you know, Dirt Eagle becomes Paved Eagle, and I just started asking people my sneaky folklorist question. You remember that old guy that used to play blues around here? Oh yeah, that's old Walt Phelps. He lives right over there. So I went and found him, got him a guitar, and had him up to my coffee house. Him and his wife Ethel played and sang, and, you know, made a little money. That was nice. You know, because they had a little coal stove. That was how they heated their shack. A bag of coal cost $5. One time I asked Walt, how'd you ever get up to Asheville in the first place? Said, when I graduated the 4th grade, my education was complete. I was a man. It was time for me to go get a job, so I heard they were hiring for a water boy up on the Bowcatcher Tunnel project, and I was in Warren. And I come up to Asheville. Got a job as a water boy on the Bowcatcher Tunnel so that the people downtown working could go back to Kenilworth through the mountain instead of over it. Getting over that mountain, Bowcatcher Mountain, was something of a trick. You can't even do it anymore, not even in the car. Back then, they had to do it in a horse and buggy. So Walt would bring water to the men, he said, while he was working. But part of his job was to get the labor up in the morning. They'd be up all night skinning them dice and drinking that scrap iron. They wouldn't want to get up. My job to get them up. I'd walk through the barracks where the labor lay asleep. And I'd sing my little shack rouster song to get them up for the day's work. You've been up all night, highballing rounds. Daylight come and you want to lay down. Raise up, better raise up. If you're aiming to make all day, raise up. Well, I hate to call you, but I have it to do. Captain called me and I have to call you. Raise up, better raise up. If you're aiming to make all day, raise up. Well, I had a little gal, and she didn't want to dance. I put her on the bed, Lord, I made her dance. I hugged her and I kissed her and I made her 3 spins. Come on, Mama, do the same thing again. Raise up, better raise up. If you're aiming to make all day, raise up. If I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, well, I'd tear this whole building down. You can read about Samson, called from his birth. He was the strongest man ever had lived on earth. One day Samson was walking alone, looked on the ground, saw an old jawbone, reached out his arm, God knows it broke like thread. When he got through moving, 3,000 was dead. Good God. If I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, well, I'd tear this whole building down. Samson journeyed down to Gaza one day. He met a lion while he was on his way. He looked that lion straight in the eye, said, this day one of us has got to die. Now Samson stepped back, the lion attacked. Samson, he jumped up on that lion's back. Now you read about that lion, man with his paw. Samson got his hands in that lion's jaw. But he read that beast, God knows he killed him dead. And the bees made honey in the lion's head. If I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, well, I'd tear this whole building. Ah! She had good looks, God knows, coal black hair. Delilah, she gained old Samson's mind. First he saw this woman, she was a Philistine. Delilah sat down on Samson's knee. Tell me where your strength lies, if you please. He spoke so quiet, talked so fast. Till Samson said, Delilah, cut off my hair. You can shave my head, clean my hands. My strength come back like a natural man. If I had my way, if I had my way, this wicked world